Hello. So I want to today give you some news on what I'm working on in 2024 and some idea about what I will be doing during the rest of the year with my games. So the first thing is I've started a Patreon channel. Why have I done that? I get the feeling it might be better than Facebook to keep readers engaged. And Facebook, actually, you have to scroll around or down to see if actually something is happening in some of the pages you want to follow, whereas in the Patreon channel there is a free membership option, and this will mean that you get an email alert when I post something. So for those of you who want to really know what I'm doing, it might be a better way to keep connected. So as I said, there is a free membership, so anybody can actually freely join. It's also possible to run polls, etc. And I think you can actually do this with Facebook, but I'm not too sure that I like the way these turn out. Also, partly this is my own life. I've got about a year left in my contract as a researcher, and I'm currently trying to find another job, also in research, but I'm starting to consider the possibility of maybe spending more time or even become a full-time writer. Of course, this is not something that I may necessarily be able to do, but this is, options I'd like to keep open. So what will the Patreon offer to the members who pay? Well, first of all, to note that you can join for free and you're going to get a lot of what I'm going to put on this Patreon just to free members, etc. But anyway, I will be posting some extra stuff that I won't be posting in other channels. And I'm also hoping to create new content, side missions, powers, that will be available to Patreon users before they actually become available to other readers. And the reason for that is because, while I'm actually playtesting a game, then I can actually just post it on this channel and make use of any suggestions that you may have. We'll also try to provide exclusive cheat codes to the people who are on my Patreon. I'm also hoping to run some polls about what extra side missions to add to my games, extra powers, cheat codes, etc. And the idea that I'm going to try to set aside maybe 1 or 2 entire days per month. Hopefully that will allow me to do 3,000 to 5,000 extra words and to spend that time on suggestions that people make. So, recently some people are saying it would be great to have symbiote powers on hero villain series. And okay, this is not something that I'm thinking may necessarily be... it may not necessarily be that all readers want that, but for those who want, maybe I can give an option in a poll whether I should spend some time doing that. That's also what I'm planning to do regarding my Patreon. And for those of you who are interested, the link will be below. And this would be, this is the link also in red here, but I'll put it also in the bottom of the YouTube video. Now, of course, what I've been working on very hard the last couple of months is Life as a Lich. This started as a DLC for Tokyo Wizard, but it's grown quite a lot, and I've realized that it can also serve as a DLC for Raiders, this DLC, as a sequel to both Tokyo Wizard or Raiders of Ice Peak Mountains. So my idea is that actually you'll be able to start the game. If you've finished as a Lich, if you managed to finish as a Lich in Tokyo Wizard, then you'll be able to carry on that character into this Life as a Lich. Currently, Raiders of Ice Peak Mountains doesn't have this option, but I'm planning to introduce it in the next few months as an update to the game. So the game is currently about 130,000 words, and the playthroughs are about 55 to 60,000 on the fantasy setting. And as I said, you can play in the high fantasy world, the same world as Raiders of Ice Peak Mountains, or in present-day Earth. And of course, you can this game can serve as a sequel to either game, but it will also work as a standalone game. And it will play slightly different in each setting, and the character backgrounds will be slightly different. There are dozens of spells to learn, so essentially most of the spells from Tokyo Wizard or Raiders of Ice Peak Mountains can be used in this game. So there's quite a lot of content in there. And this is a map of the fantasy setting in which the game will be based. So endings of the game, well, the endings include the possibility to become a demigod, overcome a threat that is going to affect your world, etc. I'm still writing some more side content, and I'm hoping to have more possible endings. Some people have told me, why doesn't the game move forward into being a god? And well, that's a good idea, but maybe that is just an idea for a different game. So at this point, the game will conclude if you become a demigod, and then maybe a future game will make it on to how you go on from becoming a demigod to, even more powerful creature. Various side missions, as with all my games. I'm hoping this will create great replayability. I'm going to continue working on this in January. Currently, I'm going through my second wave of playtesters, so I'm confident that the game works fairly well. I'll be putting a link to it on my Patreon site for those who want to check the game. And I'm planning to submit to Choice of Games at the end of January 2024. So hopefully all of the readers will be able to buy this game maybe from May or June 2024. Now, what do I want to then do in February, March? Well, I want to finish Hero Villain Armageddon. This is really something that is there, and the game is very advanced, and I keep getting distracted, but my intention is to finish it by March 2024. Of course, I realize that I'm often missing deadlines, but this time I really want to get it cleared before the following term starts in Japan. So that is my intention. And then what for the rest of the year? Well, I'm going to kickstart my second game. This is a card game. So I've been working on this in my spare time as well. I'll put a link on it below for those of you who are interested in backing a Kickstarter of a card game. Maybe, and this is what next, I'm not too sure what I'll be doing next. A new DLC for Hero Villain. This is a possibility. Life as Demigod, of course, another possibility for a game. Not quite sure I want to start with that yet. Finish the Nebula, my first ever novel, game book. It's finished, but it needs a bit of a rewrite, and I seem to never get to it. Maybe DLC for Highway Wars. I also promised that I should work on Dragon Chronicles with J6, so maybe I'll do that. So yes, that's about it. Thank you for listening. And yes, this is the link to the Patreon website. Thank you.